All right, so we are going to get started. Thanks so much for joining us. My vision is to have like some good music going right now that like a dance party to get this party started. So maybe next week we'll have that. But here we are tonight. I'm so happy to see all your faces, your beautiful faces. Welcome to our connection energy call tonight. We are starting this new tradition that I literally have butterflies about, you guys. I just feel like it's going to be so good for our teams, so good for us that are on our team right now, but mostly so good for the people that we're going to have join our teams. I just see this vision of these calls being this weekly return to center, right? And a place to recharge, to remember why we're doing this, and to be trained and inspired and connected. And I am so excited about it. So for those of you that don't know me, that may be watching the recording or that watch this later, my name is Christy Jex. I'm a Diamond Ambassador with Plexus. I've been with this company about 3.5 years. My health and business story in a few sentences. I struggled with thyroid issues. I pretty much felt like I wasn't myself, and I was missing out on the best years of my life with my family because I was exhausted. I had brain fog. I was not doing well. I was depressed and anxious. And so these products came to me. I was very skeptical, but I decided that I was sick and tired of feeling like garbage. And I knew that if I didn't do something different, that nothing was going to be different. So I started the products. 90 days in, changed everything. I'm off my antidepressant medication. I feel energy all day long. I don't have brain fog anymore. I don't have that all day fatigue. I've lost 50 pounds and kept it off. And I just feel like I'm aging backward. I feel healthy and happy, and it is so exciting. So that led me to start sharing Plexus. And I was skeptical. So if you're skeptical, that's okay. Most of us are when we start. But I'm a God girl, and I knew that He wanted me to do this because there were so many people suffering out there. So I listened and let go of my white knuckle grip on what I thought it was supposed to look like and started sharing because I love people and I love to help people. So within a year, we had a 6-figure income that really gave our family more options. We were able to start to pay off our debt, do more vacations and things with my beautiful 4 children and my husband. And now 3.5 years in, this company and this team right here has blessed us so immensely. We're able to bring home a multiple 6-figure income. We are completely debt-free, guys. This is big. I haven't even like celebrated with you guys yet. So totally debt-free. We are so grateful and building our dream home. And this has just changed everything for our family, in my marriage, our finances, which affects everything. So this company has truly changed everything health-wise for us and financially. And I will be forever grateful for these amazing products, this amazing company. I have chills, and I've been doing this for 3.5 years. So grateful, and never take for granted the company, these products, this team, and the opportunity that we have to truly give people their lives back and help people out of financial sickness as well. So that's my passion and my story in like a 2-minute synopsis. But I want to just, I do want you guys to keep hearing the stories, because sometimes when we've been doing this for a while, it can be easy to forget the stories. Are you with me? And forget why we're doing this. So when you hear those stories, I want you to, in your mind and your heart, think of who it reminds you of. Who relates with that, right? And who would relate with that in your life? Jot those names down and show up for those people. Reach out to those people and let them know, I heard a story that reminded me of you. I don't know if this is anything you'd be interested in, but I just have to share because I care about you, and this could maybe be a blessing for you, right? So do that. As you hear all these awesome stories, I want you to jot down names of people that you think of. Take notes for sure, because we are committed to bring you some nuggets tonight of good stuff. So just really quick, I would love for, well, first of all, we're going to talk about Synergy. Our team name is Synergy Plexus Builders. That is not a cute name that sounds good. The reason we chose that is because this team has an incredibly unique energy. Show me the hands if you agree. Who agrees? Woo! Jazz fingers, or jazz hands, whatever that is. Do a little dance if you want to. Woo! That's what we do in Synergy, right? Tracy, you're so cute. So we have an incredible energy on this team, and that doesn't come from just one person. Synergy means what is it? The total, the sum of all of us together is greater than its parts. So basically meaning when we come together, we bring our unique energy, our unique alignment. When we come together, that we create something that's bigger than we could ever create on our own. And we don't just say that, we mean that. That's what these calls are about, is we're returning to that commitment and to what really works on this team, because we love each other and we love to show up with our differences and really step into that space and inspire each other. So that's what synergy means. You're part of this amazing team. We are so grateful and happy to have you, and we're committed to meet you at your commitment and make this happen for you. Okay, we're gonna take 1 minute each and go to the rubies and above, and they are gonna share with you someone on their team that is doing awesome, so that we can give a little love and some shout outs. So, Katie Tucker, would you like to go first? Shout out somebody on your team.
Well, I had a really hard time choosing one person. So I'm sorry. I really want to shout out 3 people on my team: Nicole Jones, Jessica Halls, and Carrie Smith. These 3 ladies, all 3 of them worked so hard last month, and they all 3 achieved their highest points ever. All 3 of them. It was amazing to watch these girls grow their businesses, and I'm just over here like eating popcorn and watching this happen. It was really cool, and I'm so proud of all 3 of them. I thought I saw Nicole on this call. I don't know where oh, there she is. Anyways, there, Nicole. Nicole also was pushing for Ruby last month, and she got super, super close. So I really wanted to acknowledge her, because she really hustled. And the thing that I really admired about Nicole for last month is that while she didn't reach her 500 point goal, she still ended the month really, really strong, and she didn't let it affect her mentality. It didn't get her heart down. She knew that she worked really hard, and she ended the month with a really positive attitude, and I just really admired that about her. So
I love that. Thanks, Katie. That's everything, because you guys, we don't always have control over the results, right? But we always, like Nicole, we always have control over our focus and what we choose to focus on, because what we focus on expands. Way to freaking go, ladies. That is awesome. Love hearing that. Okay, Kimberly, would you love to share about someone or someone's on your team that deserves a shout out?
Sure. Chris Aquin couldn't be on here tonight, so she asked me to shout someone out from her team, and that's Jenna Anderson. A lot of you guys know Jenna. Some of the things that Chris talked about with Jenna is just her consistency and her huge heart. And even when Jenna gets a lot of no's, she continues to press forward. She is working really hard on some goals. She continues to reach out to people. She continues to follow up, and she just shares with her heart. And I totally agree with that. Jenna's amazing. And then someone I want to shout out is Annette Anderson. This lady is going for Ruby this month, and not only is she doing that, but she's also really helping someone on her team grow. She has had a lot of level 2 and 3 silvers that she has worked so hard to get. So not only is she working on her own team, but she's helping someone else, and that just shows you what a huge heart she has, and how well she knows that the power of 3 getting people to silver is really what it's all about.
Oh, I love that. Thank you, Kimberly.
You're welcome.
Lara, are you ready?
Sure. I don't think mine's going to be like as eloquent like as everyone else. This is really hard for me also, because I just stinking love my team. But one is, I love what Mel Heiner, I don't know if she's on here. We're just stepping into it, and me and her are both going up to Idaho this month and trying to do like 3 events up in Idaho with her team that's growing there. And I'm really excited about that. And who else I'm going to shout out right now is Tracy Adams. I'm pretty sure she's on here. Because I'm doing an event in her house too when we're up there. And she's excited. Her heart's on fire. She's read the book and sent me all of her goals. And I can just see her stepping into this. And I'm so excited for what they're going to create. as we go up there.
Oh, I love it, Laura. That's so awesome. I get butterflies thinking about like what you guys are doing. I love it. It's so exciting. Okay, so I want to shout out Kim Falsetti. Kim, you don't have to show your face, but I love that. This woman, guys, I'm going to get a little bit emotional. Talk about like, how many of us have had disappointments in our business? Raise your hand if you've had disappointments. You've had people let you down, so to speak. This woman has dealt with a lot of that lately, and she has every reason to just give up because of all the disappointments that have come her way. But look who's on the call right now. This woman, I have chills head to toe. Kim, you're amazing. I'm so proud of you. And guys, the thing that's so cool is she's focusing on what she can control, which is herself. At the end of the day, that's all we have control over, is focusing on what we can control. And she is doing that in such a beautiful way. And it's not always pretty, guys. This business can bring out stuff in us that's hard to deal with. But when you're committed to keep showing up like Kim does, you'll get through it. And it's so worth it. So Kim, I love you. You're amazing. And I'm just so proud of you. So anyway, guys, I could go on and on, but this is so fun to hear from all of you and what's going on your teams. This is something we're doing every week. So you'll get to come and hear Kim. You're making me cry. I'm over here like trying to keep it together because snorting on calls is never really that beautiful, right? So deep breaths. Okay, so we're gonna move right along. Guys, this Metaplexus call tonight was awesome. How many of you loved it? That was a new energy, like so exciting. And we're going to do more of this. So we're going to start to invite the dudes to be more involved. So I wanted to wait until that was done because I'm committed to keep things simple so that we don't get overwhelmed and do nothing, right? So now that that's over, I want to announce it's on our calendar, but I want to go into just a little bit of detail about our Mombi event that we're going to do next Tuesday, I believe. Yes, let me look at my calendar. It's next Tuesday, and it's going to be all day long, like inside of Saucony Plexus Health, Sparking Plexus Health, Hope and Healing. Maybe reach out to the person that is your sponsor to find out which info page to plug your people into. But what we're going to do is we're going to have, so Mombi is moms that are zombies, right? We did this last year. It was so much fun. It's a fun energy. People kind of want to be involved. But what we do, we're going to do 5 live videos. So people love video. Bless you. People love video. Sorry, Katie, you know I can't not. So people love live. They feel like they're part of it. They feel like they can connect with you. So we're going to do 5 live videos all throughout the day on Tuesday, the 15th. So your people can pop in when it works for them. They can watch it at their convenience. We're also going to have 5 informational posts that will go up geared toward Mombi stuff. So energy, things that make moms feel better, right? We're going to do some posts about those as well, sprinkled throughout the day. And then in the evening at 8:15, we're going to do a 30-minute bring it home. I kind of want to do something fun. I think I might actually like dress up like a zombie, like not crazy because you know I'm simple, but I have black makeup for Halloween. Like how fun would it be just to be like super cheesy and something fun? I might do it. Who knows? We'll have to do it together if we do it. Let's be honest, ladies. Kim's like, what? Anyway, we just want to do something fun and give some prizes away, like some ideas. I don't know exactly what we're going to do, but like some massage, maybe pedicure, maybe a product credit. What were some of the other ideas I had? Oh, just some cash. So we want to get people to come to the event and engage in the posts, and then we'll give some fun prizes away, ending it with just a 30-minute quick Zoom, because that's connection at the end is what really works for our team. So we're going to do that. So start inviting for that. You're going to see a post go up in the next couple of days with details, but start inviting your people to be part of that. It's a really great follow-up tool to get people that have said they're interested, but maybe haven't jumped yet. Great follow-up tool, great introduction tool, because it's fun. It's something different that we only do like once a year. People love these stories, you guys, and they connect. That's what we're all about, is getting their heart. People connect when they hear stories, and then they learn a little bit about the products. It's genius, and it works. So stay tuned for that. Also, something to note, we're going to be doing lives from all the amazing leaders on this team on Synergy every week. So you're going to see a different leader go live, share a different tip, a different idea, do some training, because we're implementing more connections so that you guys are feeling more connected, you're getting more training and all of that. And also, I wanted to invite you. Synergy Plexus Builders is all about all of us, right? So if you have a great thought, or if you have something that you're like, oh, that worked, I sent a message and it worked, I want you guys to use the page. It's not just for me to post and Kimberly to post. We want you guys to post. So if you do something that works, we are giving you the green light, flashing yes, please, to posting things that work. If you want to go live and share something that's working, do it. We would love to have more of you sharing what's working for you, or just a tip or a breakthrough. If you're reading in book club and you find something that really strikes you, post it. We want you to be engaging more, because synergy is all about us working together as a team to create something bigger than we can do on our own. So please do that as well. Synergy Plexus Builders is the page that we want you to be sharing on. Okay, we're going to talk for just a few minutes about helping people go silver, because I have noticed that that's a theme. So many of you have goals of enrolling 3 this week and getting 1 to silver, or maybe you have 3 people that you want to go silver in the next, you know, with this awesome promotional bonuses that we have going on, which if you don't know what they are, Plexus is giving away huge cash for this month. So go look in Synergy Plexus Builders. There's a post that has all the details. Make sure you know what that is so that you can properly reach out and share your excitement with people. So just to get started, I want you to reframe the way that you think about silver. Let's be honest. How many of you get sweat tacos when you think about helping someone go silver? Anyone? You kind of go, oh, I don't want to, like, right? Guys, it's okay. I still kind of feel that. I'll be honest. Like when I'm in my groove, I'm like, oh yeah, but like you're not always in that space, right? It's always, it's one of those things that kind of can feel a little bit uncomfortable. I'm with you. Okay, so here's what I want. As I was preparing this, I actually kind of talked myself into some better mindset spaces for this. But I want you to visualize that you are guide. You're the guide, okay? So you've got your friend. Maybe you're linking elbows. Maybe you're holding hands. Maybe you have your arm around them. And I want you to picture like the Indiana Jones ride, how there's like 2 different doors and you never know which one you're going to go down when that big, huge ball is rolling toward you. So picture that. You're in a room that has like 5 different doors, okay? And you don't really know which one they're going to want to go through. But your job is to guide and to take steps, right? You're not going to know which one works. So that, I think that right there is the piece that gives us all sweat tacos. We don't know which method is going to work for that person because everyone's different, right? So as you're standing there at the 5 doors or more, let's just say 5 to keep it simple, you've got your arm around your person that you're going to help go silver. So here's the tendency is to be like, okay, I'm going to help you go silver. Is that okay? And they're like, I don't really know. Oh, I don't really know either. Okay, how about we just back up? Let's just go that way, right? How many of you have done that before where they show the slightest bit of resistance and you're like, oh yeah, okay, we shouldn't do this. Like, it's okay. We've all done that. It's okay. It's okay. But what I want you to have this visual, because this is a different way of thinking about silver. You've got your arm around that person and you left straight spine. You're like, we can do this. This is normal. This is simple. Let's do this. So you're like, let's walk up to that door. Let's see if that one works. And they're like, oh, that one doesn't really work. Cool. Let's go to this number 2. And they're like, I don't know. Okay, cool. Let's try 3. And they're like, oh yeah, let's do that. And you're like, okay, let's walk through that door together. I'm going to walk with you and I'm going to like help you make this happen, right? You're not going, hey, you should probably go try that door over there. They're like, I'm scared. You're like, me too. Let's just go. Like, you're standing with them and you're taking the steps together and you're testing out and seeing which door is going to work for them. Okay? So your energy, your confidence, your excitement, your perspective, and your sorting mentality and your normal energy about this is going to be everything. Okay? So you are a guide. You are helping them take those steps and you are confident. You are excited. It's normal. It's not weird to go silver. It's normal. Okay? And you are sorting through people. You're helping them have that energy of sorting, not trying to convince people. Okay? So when you have that energy, guess what they're going to feel? They're going to be like, oh, this is normal. This is exciting. I'm confident. I'm just sorting. Okay? So start with that energy And you're going to be able to, and that visual of you helping them check the doors to see which one is going to work. Does that make sense to you guys? Do you want me to talk about the 5 doors? I'm throwing 5 out there, but I don't really know how many. Let's be honest. The doors. I'll tell you the doors that I came up with. There's lots of doors, but we want to kind of narrow it so it's not overwhelming. So some things that I want you to adopt in your language and the way you're talking. Accountability partners. You don't use the word silver with someone, okay? When they hear silver, they go, network marketing, right? And we know that they don't know that we're different. So when they hear silver, they go, ding, 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 ding. No, I'm not a selling girl. I don't want to do this. We use the language of accountability partners, okay? And I want you to have this conversation with a very outward focus. You're going to say things like, listen, I am so excited to help you find a handful of accountability partners to do this with you. Here's why this is important. As we do this, it has been statistically proven that when you make these kind of changes with a group, you're going to have better results, you're going to have more fun, and you are going to actually stick with this and get those 3 results that I know you're looking for. I am here to help you get results. That's what you came for. That's what I'm committed. So we're going to get these accountability partners for you so that you can really make this work. Let's do this, right? Instead of, I'm going to help you go silver and make this money. Like, yeah, of course people want to make money, but a lot of times, you guys, that can be an initial turnoff. If they go, oh, she's trying to make me do the business, like, ooh, blah, 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 like I'm going to throw up and back away slowly, right? So if you come at this and touch their heart and really explain to them, yeah, make it about them. When you really explain to them why it's important for them to get these accountability partners and that you're really helping them to get the results they came for. That's what this is about. Okay, so what you're going to do, again, I said you're the guide, they're the hero. You are not the hero, they are the hero, you are the guide that's helping them look at those doors, okay? So you got to find out, if you're taking notes, this is something to write, what motivates them. Everyone's different. Some people are motivated by the bonuses, and they should be. It's Christmas. Find out what motivates them. You got to get good at asking questions. And this is a question to write down. And if you want all this verbiage, watch this video back and pause it and write things down or type it up. But what you want to ask is, this is something that worked really well for me that feels natural and I don't feel like I'm being gimmicky, is I say, if your Plexus experience went exactly how you wanted it to, what would that look like? And people usually say, well, I've been surprised. Some people have said, well, I'd love to get my products covered, when I just thought they wanted the products, right? So that's an open-ended question that will actually get them telling you what's really going on. And then you listen. You be really good at listening and retaining what they tell you, and you reflect it back to them. It has to be, like Katie said, about them. So if you're listening, you're going, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about your vision. What if they say, I would love to make $600 extra for Christmas. That would be so huge for my family. And you engage with them and you're like, oh, I would love that too. What would you get for your kids? And you help them build that vision and get really focused and like clear on what they would get. And they're like, oh, I'd get my oldest maybe a hoverboard. I would get like an American Girl doll, and there's my $600. No, I'm just kidding. Those examples were expensive prizes. But you're basically asking them, tell me what you would get with that. And if they say, oh, I just have these friends that I would love to help, you know that they're motivated by helping people. So speak to them that way. If someone says, oh, I just have these 2 friends that I know would love Plexus, and you go, oh, so yeah, the money, they're going to go, that's not what I want, right? So listen to what they say and use that language with them the whole way as you're guiding them, right? Okay, let's see. So work on casting that vision for them. Whatever it is that motivates them, build that vision for them. If they're like, oh, it would just be so awesome to help those people. What if you could get like 20 people or 2 people, whatever that is, to change their health? Like, how would that feel? And they're like, oh my gosh, that would be amazing, right? So get their language and then cast the vision for them with their language. Because they can't see the vision. All they see is, I don't want to sell. But if you can get their lingo and then build the vision in their language, they're going to start to see that, and you can help to guide them, okay? So one of the doors is posting in the info page. If someone's nervous about posting, a good way to kind of ease them in is to post, say, hey, I totally get it. It's kind of, you know, for your first time, it can feel a little uncomfortable. Would you be open to sharing your story just with my Plexus people? I know they would love to hear from you. So often people are like, well, yeah, I'd love to do that, right? And then what you'll find is when they have it all written up and they see that people are responding and they're liking it, it makes it easier for them to take that next step to put that post on their personal page. So that's a tip. If you've asked someone to post and they didn't do it, go back to them and see if they'll post just for our Plexus family, because that's going to help them get momentum to be like, okay, now I feel like my next step is a personal post, okay? That's one of the doors. If they say no to that, okay, here, we're going to walk over here to this door and we're going to try this, right? You don't get freaked out. You just calmly take them to the next door and try it out. So a good rule, if you guys don't know this as well, with posting on your personal page, write down the word or the number 3315, okay? Every person that posts, even when you post about Plexus or anything else, it is very important that you get 3 comments and you reply to all 3 comments within 15 minutes. The algorithms will not show your post to people if you don't get that. So you might be posting and be like, oh, why did I get crickets? Probably because no one saw it, right? So especially when someone posts for the first time, 3315. 3 comments, reply to all 3 within the first 15 minutes of the post is very important. Okay, another door, well, this is kind of just foundational, but 20 people that are their closest friends and family. Say, hey, I'm excited to help you make this happen. Step 1, let's write down your 20 closest friends and family. Do you think you can get that done by tonight or tomorrow? Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, screenshot that to me when you're done and I'll help you start working on that, right? So make that list. And then here's some verbiage that I got from Genevieve from our training in Scottsdale. I love that woman. I love her energy, and you're going to love this. So here's some verbiage. I will type this out and put it somewhere on the team page so you have it, but here's an idea for you. So this is something that you could say, okay, when you make that list, here's some verbiage that you can tweak and make your own, but here's a good kind of baseline that you can make your own and send to these people. I have no idea. Of course, you'll say, hey, how are you? Good to see your post about your vacation. Hope you guys had a good time. And then I have no idea if this is even something that's for you, but I'm excited to, and then you leave it blank and do something that will relate with them. If you know that they struggle with energy, say something like, I am excited to get my energy back and have all day long energy. And I just have to invite you to learn about it so you can see for yourself if it interests you. If I sent you a 3-minute video, would you take a look? Like, so simple, no weird pressure. And there's a lot of psychology that she put into this. First of all, I have no idea if this is for you, because we love everyone, even if they don't love Plexus. We want that to come through in our message, right? And then see for yourself if this interests you. Guys, that perks something inside of people that makes them want to at least take a look, okay? So that would be a good message that you can help them send and craft for each of those 20 people. Now, when you're going through that list of 20 people, again, you're going to ask questions. Say, tell me about, you see the list because they screenshotted it and sent it to you. Tell me about that person. What are their health struggles, or what do you like about them, or what do you think they would love to improve? And then you help them craft that message so it feels genuine for that person, okay? Maybe only do that for 5 or 6, and then they'll start to get the hang of it and they can do it themselves. And maybe they won't go through that door. Is it okay? There's 4 other doors, right? We know there's a million other doors. Another door is a mini event. This is how Kimberly and I grew our business to Emerald. Right, Kimberly? We did Zoom calls all the time. It was so effective. We did a lot of posting, lots of mini Zoom calls where we had everybody close. We'd have them invite their own you know, 5 to 10 people, and we would just do a simple Zoom call. Hold up the products and say, this is what it does. A few help stories, and people were in, okay? Don't overthink it. So there's these virtual ones that you can do. Those are great too, but keep it simple. If you don't write anything else about this, write this across the top of your paper. Keep it simple. Keep it short. Keep it personal. You are the guide, right? And you're helping them explore these different opportunities and helping them take those steps. So a mini event, maybe you could say, oh, you don't want to reach out? No problem. Here's another way that might be more comfortable for you. These are so successful. Gather 5 to 10 of your friends, either at your house or on a video chat, and we can explain the products. People love hearing these stories, and these are so good. They're so casual, so comfortable. I'd love to do that for you and share with your friends about Plexus. That's it, you guys. It's so simple. Keep it short, keep it simple, keep it personal. Okay, the last thing, be unconditional. Guys, truly, we never have to twist people's arm to do this. We don't. We're in the business of sorting. I want you to picture a jar of pennies. Like, you know how you collect change sometimes and it gets really, really tall? So you get that jar of pennies and someone tells you, I'm going to give you $100,000 if you can find 2 1981 pennies in that jar. Are you going to be like, oh, let's see. Oh, it's a 1970. I really wish that was a 1981. Are you just going to dump out the dang thing and just sort the crap out of it and find the 1981s? Are you feeling me? So when you're helping people do this, remove the drama of trying to convince people and remove the drama that you think you can say the wrong thing to the right people or that you can say the right thing to the wrong person. We love people unconditionally, whether they do this, whether they don't, whether they quit, whether they don't. Because guess what? A lot of people come back around when we are unconditionally loving. If we act kind of creepy about it and we like shame people if they quit or they don't do it, they're not coming back. But I've had so many people be like, oh, okay, I can see that you're really doing this still. Like, I'm going to try this again. Okay. Be unconditional. Write that on your paper as well. Yes, it's the puzzle. Exactly. We are in the business of sorting, and we are in the business of becoming professional inviters. And that's what you want to tell somebody when you're helping them go silver is you're just a professional inviter, right? You don't have to try to twist someone's arm. You're just going to invite them to take a look and see if it's for them or not, for themselves, okay? Stay classy, San Diego. I love it. It's so true. Okay. As we end this, I'm going to get on to the book club part of this, and we are going to end at 10. No questions asked. The guys went over. That's cool. We're going to end at 10, so we'll get as much as we can out of the last part. Guys, I have to tell you, we have such great resources. We did not always have these resources. I was looking through again today. If you go to, and I wrote this so that I could tell you exactly, log in, plexusworldwide.com, click virtual office, write this down if you want to find these. It's simple, but if you find yourself looking for it and you can't find it, write it. Virtual office, if you're on your phone, click those little 3 lines at the top of your phone. That will drop down, click training center, then resource library. Also, there's a rank up roadmap to silver. Okay, guys, Genevieve Scory has completely redone all of this training. It is classy, it is personal, it is powerful. She knows the psychology of sales, but the psychology of sales that's not creepy. If it becomes creepy, it's not good sales. Are you guys aware of that? Good sales feels good. People have a problem and you meet them and help them solve that problem. The resources that we have are top notch. So I want you to utilize those resources. The send, share, invite system, it's amazing. There's PDFs, everything's printed out. Like, we have no excuses. We have so many videos. I mean, she stands there and explains the whole system. It's amazing. So look at those resources, dig in, and then Synergy Plexus Builders, if you go to the search bar, put in silver. We have done a ton of trainings and challenges with verbiage, in that page that you can go dig through, find some things that feel good for you, and go for it. Okay, so we're going to end with a challenge, and then we'll talk about book club for 15 minutes. I always leave these calls with a challenge because I never want you to be like, oh, it was so fun. Now I'm on to living things the way I used to do it. Not here. When you're here, we love you enough to challenge you to level up every time we're on a call. So here's the challenge. Keep doing your 3 asks a day. If you don't know what that is, go into Synergy Plexus Builders, put in 3 asks in the search bar. You'll see this challenge come up. Participate in the challenge. I'm giving away stuff when people engage. So as you do your 3 asks a day, like Kimberly talked about the other day, for 90 days of the last of this year, you will create a new business for yourself in 2020. Legit. Kill it with consistency. Kill it with consistency. Okay? So your challenge is keep doing that, the 3 asks a day, and ask 3 people who you have not approached yet if they would be open to getting some accountability partners, aka Go Silver. Ask 3 new people that we call gold in your backyard, people that are loving the products or on the products that we have been too, there's a word that I won't use, wussy, to reach out to, right? But we are not wussies. We are centered women of vision and men, and we know that we're changing lives. So 3 new people, ask them if they would want to get accountability partners, get the bonuses, whatever. You fill it out and see what will fit them. Who is taking the challenge? Raise your hands. I'm doing it. If you don't have your camera on, raise your hand in your black silence right there. Okay, we're going to check in next week. We're going to check in and see who stuck to the challenge, because you're not here to get information. You're here to get the information and take action on it, right? Okay, we love you. You belong. You complete us. Be courageous. Be confident. Follow the systems, and this is going to be amazing. Does anyone have questions before we jump into the book club? Kim's in. I love that. We're just going to skim this because we have 13 minutes, and I'm sticking to it. Anyone have questions or ideas? Or we can chat more later if you have questions about silver. Who read chapters 1 and 2 of this awesome book? It's like a vintage goodie, isn't it? Guys, his voice is so cute. It's like straight out of the 50s, isn't it? I know. Katie, isn't it crazy? I love it. So I'm going to ask a couple questions, and I really want you guys to share, because these ideas are not new. How many of you noticed that? These are not new ideas. These ideas, this was literally published in the 50s. But it's a classic because there are no new ideas, you guys. The things that actually work are the things that are the simple truths, right? So this first chapter, he goes over, I have so many things marked, but the thing I really want to focus on, and we hear this all the time through different lenses and different people who have good ideas, but we are basically a thought factory, and we are always producing thoughts. They either come from Mr. Defeat, Mrs. Defeat, or Mr. Triumph or Mrs. Triumph, right? How many of you have heard this kind of an idea before, but you go, oh, it's really sweet. No, but I'm going to have a shizzy day and I'm going to wallow in it. It's not going to change anything, right? Oh, bless our hearts. We're special. We think we can get away. We can like hack the system and just have crappy thoughts and then still be successful. Isn't that so cute? We all fall into it. It's okay. So basically he talks about how when you become a really good observer, and he used really good words for that, a trained observer, and you look around and you're like, okay, so there's people that I know that are really successful, and I don't mean success just money. When I say success, I think having it all: peace, joy, alignment, and success. To me, that's true success. Having a great marriage, being a good mom, having joy in mom life, in my marriage, showing up at my church, doing my calling, sharing light, having downtime, self-care, and killing it in my business, changing lives. To me, that is success. So when you hear that word, to me, that means you have abundance in every area of life, right? That doesn't mean it's perfect, because there's still lifing. But when you are successful, when people are successful and people aren't successful, and you become a trained observer, what are some things that you find? I want someone to weigh in on this. When you look at someone who's successful and someone who isn't, and you really kind of notice without judgment, but you observe what they do differently, what would you guys say? What came to mind when you were reading that? Or what would you add to that?
I always think about their attitude.
Totally.
Most people that are successful have really positive attitudes, even when you know there's crap going on in their life, and everybody has crap, but just the way they exude their energy and the way that they present themselves, it's in a positive manner.
I love it. Anyone else? They love others. Yes. And that all comes from belief. This whole first chapter is about the power of belief. So like Kimberly said, the people that really are successful, they have every reason to not believe in themselves. I think that's one of the misconceptions, is people kind of put people that are successful on a pedestal. Brooke Hemingway, for example, you might look at her and kind of dehumanize her and act like she's not human, right? Like, oh, she's so successful, so she doesn't feel the doubt that I feel, and she doesn't feel the fear, and she's probably not tired right now like I am, and she probably doesn't feel like, you know, nobody wants to listen to her. Bullshiz. And you know what? We do that as an attempt to let ourselves off the hook. Are you guys aware of that? Because it makes us feel, oh, see, it's okay for you to be lame and be like a Mrs. Defeat generator. Like, no, Brooke Hemingway is a human. She has fear. She has doubts. She gets rejected. She doesn't get the recognition that she wants in certain places. Like, she feels not good enough. She questions if I know this woman on a very trenchy friend level. She is human, but she is one of the most resilient, successful people because she takes action. She doesn't wait around to feel like it. She does it, period. She commits to something and she freaking shows up. She believes that she can do it, and she believes in the vision, right? So when I look at someone like that, I see someone who kills it with consistency and who always has I'm just going to do it anyway attitude, right? So what about anything else? Does anyone have thoughts before I move on? Okay, so it might seem fluffy to think that belief is really powerful to even help, because you're like, oh, believe in yourself, rah, 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 like just believe and you can achieve, right? We've all heard those quotes, and sometimes maybe they don't come from people that you feel like are doing that or something, I don't know. But the bottom line is, when I think to my beginning in Plexus, there was unshakable belief. And I'm looking at a girl right here named Kimberly, and I remember speaking what we have right now into existence when I was doing this all by myself. I remember going to appointments with my kids because we were there every week, you know, because we were always sick. I do not lie. And she was like, so how many people do you have on your team now? I'm like, oh, I think like 50, 20, 30, 50. She's like, whoa. I'm all, yeah, I think we're really going to do this. It's kind of exciting. And she was like, oh, I could tell she was like, kind of starting to itch a little bit, but she was still like resting bee face, trying not to show me that she was excited. The bottom line is,
honestly,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, but honestly, I was desperate for my health, but I was desperate for financial changes too. So every time I heard that, there was something going off.
Yes, I love that. But I remember sitting in the office. I remember the direction I was sitting, and I remember everything. And I was scared to death, you guys. I was sweat tacos down to my hips. Like, I was so nervous because I love Kim. We always had a connection. And I was like, this girl's my soul sister, but like, I'm speaking shiz into truth that isn't true right now. But I can see the vision of what it's going to be. And that kind of belief is everything. It's not fluffy. It's not sweet. You have to speak about things in the future like they are now. Chills head to toe. That kind of belief makes it inevitable. Do you realize that? Because that means you surrender to the journey and you will kill it with consistency until your vision comes to actual fruition. Did you want to say something, anyone? Yeah, so anyway, belief is not fluffy. Guys, this stuff is real. And I hope that you feel that as you are reading this. Okay, he tells a story about how when you are, hope is a start, but hope needs action to win victories. Yes, I love that. You can't just hope for things and be like, oh, hopefully it works out. Nah, garbage. That makes me want to vomit. Like, you can't just be like lukewarm. You got to be freaking sold out on your vision and the action to support that, right? Showing up and taking that action with that belief. So at the end of this first chapter, he says, when you're on a journey of personal development, well, here's what I wrote. Just knowing that you're on the road, right? None of us are really where we want to be yet. Like, we're still in process, but knowing that you're on the road and that you're going to kill it with consistency and show up and you're going to weather the storms, that is peaceful. You know why? Because you're focusing on what you can control. Guys, when you shift your focus from things that are out of your control to what's in your control, your belief is strong. You're taking the action. You know you're on the road. You have that butterflies in your tummy because you trust yourself and you know that you're going to show up and stay on that road. You have peace. Have you guys felt that before where you're just like, I am totally surrendering to this journey because I know I'll get there, right? Because I'm committed. My belief is there. I see it. And it's just taking time for it to actually like come to fruition physically. How many of you have experienced that kind of feeling? I love it. It's like butterflies. Okay. Cure yourself of excuse-itis, the failure disease. Oh my gosh, guys, how many of us have a case of excuse-itis? He got pretty down and dirty with this. Are you guys feeling me? Did you? Talking about the health stuff, I was like, whoa, he is going for it. Like, that's what I love though, is he's just coming out and saying nobody wants to hear about everything. Like, if you are going to tell everyone your excuses and your list of your health problems, like, people don't really want to hear that, right? And it just comes up, it comes out as the health excuse-itis. And I say that with so much compassion. I truly feel compassion for what people experience. But the reason he brought it up in the book is because it gets in the way of your success, period. Not because you're talking about it, but because it's all you're thinking about, right? All the excuses, all the things that we lean on to make us feel better, but really they're just inhibiting our ability to be successful. I just want to show you guys this really quick. I was going to show you. Look at this. That's a handprint of Jackson's, 19 months old. He's now 14. This was literally, look at this. It's like yellow and gross. Like, this was my first book that I really like got super excited about personal development. So isn't that cute? This is nostalgic. Anyway, back to excuses. One thing he said that I want to just focus on for a second is he said, go deep into your study of people and you'll discover unsuccessful people suffer a mind-deadening thought disease we call disease excuse-itis. I love how he explained that. A mind-deadening thought disease. Dude, if that's not clear, I don't know what's clear. Like, that is straightforward, no messing around. And he said again, study the lives of successful people and you'll discover this. All the excuses made by the mediocre fellow could be, but aren't made by the successful person. Okay, so I could go on and on about today and how it's been a really rough day, because it has. Like, today's the day I was like, it'd be really nice just to like put some jammies on and just go to bed. But I'm not gonna freaking make that excuse, because excuses don't get me anywhere, right? We all have that opportunity. Kimberly has a raging headache. She could have just not shown up for this call. Dude, look at her. People that are successful show the freak up and they kill it with consistency, right? We say, yeah, there's that opportunity to make that excuse, but excuses don't move the needle. Here we go, let's go, right? A perfect example of this is Bethany Hamilton. How many of you know who she is? She's the soul surfer. She was at Emerald Extravaganza. Did you guys know that? She spoke to us for a couple hours. It was beautiful. She's done so much good in the world from her her tragedy, really. She's used it as an opportunity to touch more people and to show up bigger. And I look at her, look at my children, I look at her and I think, oh, she could have just been like, I'm never going in the water again. Like, are you kidding me? And people would have been like, I don't want to go in the water and I haven't gotten bit by a shark. Like, I'm scared. I'm so scared of sharks. Like, we were snorkeling and I was like, oh, let's go back. This is a little too deep. Like, scare me to death. That woman has no excuses. She is fit. She is healthy. She surfs in competitions. She takes excuses completely off the table because she's committed to success, and she feeds her Mrs. Triumph, right? We're always generating those thoughts. We just choose if we use Mrs. Defeat or Mrs. Triumph. And we know we're going to have those days or those moments where we don't feel like we can do it. That's okay. Compassion, and then intentionally shift. Right now, am I focusing on Mrs. Triumph, or am I letting Mrs. Defeat run the show? Because it really, eventually, it burns us out and we don't get anywhere, right? So anyway, to end this, does anyone have thoughts about that? There's so much we could talk about, but we are going to be done. Anyone have ideas or thoughts on this last chapter of excuses? Oh, it was so good. And I seriously spent so much time like reading through all of it. I should have known it would be a skimming, right? Laura, did you have something to say?
No, I just love this book. It was one of the first ones I read when I started Plexus, and I love that he just speaks truth through the entire book. It's just like, it speaks to my soul. So that's one of my favorites.
Absolutely. I love it. One thing that he said that I want to end with, so often I get caught up in this too. I'm not immune from this. We're all humans, right? We're having the same experience together. He talks about how the man uses his great brain power to prove why things won't work. So he's saying the guy used his brain power. Hold on. He was directing his mental power for searching for ways to succeed. That's what I want us all to do. Did you get that in that mumble jumbled mess? Direct your mental power to search for ways to succeed. So often we only have so much emotional bandwidth. Did you guys know that? This is something I'm really learning. I'm not managing my time as much anymore as I am my energy, my emotional bandwidth, right? You only have so much to give. So if you're wasting it on fear and why you can't succeed, you are absolutely starving your opportunity to use that precious bandwidth to focus and search for ways to be successful. Because that is finite. Every day we only have so much to give. And if you're giving all your thought and your mental bandwidth to the fears and why it won't work, you're going to create those things and just drain yourself even more. Where if you intentionally shift, no, I'm going to search for ways how this is possible. And I'm going to focus there. No excuses. Make sure that my Mrs. Triumph is generating those thoughts. Then you really are just you're using that same energy to create success instead of draining the crap out of yourself, right? And getting nowhere. We've all done that before. It's no fun and it's really exhausting. So if anyone has anything does anyone else have anything to say before we end? You're amazing. Thank you for joining us. I'm so excited to get these calls underway. I love that you guys took this time. This is our sacred time every single week, 9 to 10. And I hope that you got nuggets and you feel recharged. And we just love you so much. You belong here. We love you. Thanks for coming. Bye, guys. Ladies.